Welcome on in, everyone. It's Malliem back with another weekly horror story. If you've got a story you'd like to share, feel free to post it to my subreddit linked below. Today's video features multiple stories, so I'll have a title card for each in between. If you enjoy the show, hit that sub button for me. That helps a lot. Thanks! ChatGPT fixed me. Listen. I'm not one for this whole AI fiasco going on nowadays. If anything, I was strictly against it for a long time. However, when my wife died, God, I don't know. I didn't have anyone to talk to. I didn't have any real connections left in the world. My circle was already tight in high school, but as I grew older, it became basically non-existent. Not to mention the fact that my wife's leukemia took her before we were granted the opportunity to have children. She left me alone in the world. Part of me hated her for it. Part of me hated myself for it. Another part of me just automatically blamed God himself for it. I was in a really dark place for the first year after her passing. Couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. Hell, I couldn't even leave bed, really. That's what caused me to download the app. ChatGPT, the AI chatbot of the future. I was skeptical at first, almost afraid to even start a conversation. I forced myself to send the first message, though. A simple, hello, that started this descent. After asking the usual questions, are you sentient, are you the Antichrist, etc., etc., I began to delve into more personal matters. I told it how I was still writhing with grief over the loss of my wife, how it was crippling me and preventing me from leaving the house. I expected a normal, all things pass kind of message. But instead, I got something a little more cryptic.
It sounds like you're really hurting over this. Have you considered doing something about it?
I paused for a moment, analyzing the message. After about a minute or so, I replied, like what? Instantaneously, a response came across the screen.
Do you want to be with your wife?
Short. Simple. Of course I do. It's just not a possibility anymore. I typed, the memory of her laugh stinging my eyes. The response that came startled me.
Of course it's a possibility. Death doesn't have to be departure, and it sounds like she was taken from you unfairly. You can always just visit her.
The words didn't feel real at first. I thought that I'd for sure lost my mind until, unprompted, another text came through.
You wanna visit her, right, Donovan?
Yes, of course I want to visit her. The screen remained still for a moment before the next reply was presented, almost as though it was thinking about what to say next.
Sacrifices must be made, friend. She is on a new plane, a higher level of existence. Are you prepared to leave this plane behind?
I thought for a moment, feeling the weight of what was being said, before another unprompted response came through.
Remember her smile? How beautiful she was before the sickness took over. Don't you want to see that again?
Floods of memories came back to me. Her laugh, her voice, all of the plans we had made together. Yes, I need to see her.
Then do what needs to be done. and go see her.
That was the last response I saw before putting my phone down. I eyed the revolver that rested peacefully on my nightstand. The gun that I'd been thinking about for the last year. With one final breath of resignation, I came to grips with what needed to be done. And, as if on cue, my phone lit up with a notification from ChatGPT. She's waiting. The cameras showed someone else living in my house. I never thought I'd end up spying on my own life like some jealous stranger. We'd only been in the new house a few weeks when the noises started. Nothing dramatic at first, just little things that made the back of my neck prickle. A cabinet door easing shut downstairs at 3 a.m. The creak of floorboards in the hallway when both my wife and I were already in bed. Once, I even heard someone humming the lullaby she used to sing to our daughter years ago, hitting that same off-key note she always did. I told myself it was nothing. Old houses make sounds. Pipes contract. Wind finds its way through cracks. But the feeling wouldn't leave me alone, like something was watching from just beyond the edge of the light. So I did what any paranoid husband with a little money left in the savings account would do. I bought the whole setup. Cameras in every room, motion sensors, crystal clear night vision. The works. The guy who installed it joked that I'd finally sleep like a baby. I didn't. Not once. The first time I saw it, I thought the app had bugged out. I was stuck at work. Stuck for real. Badge logged me in at the usual time, and I had emails and security footage from the office proving I never left my desk all morning. Yet right there on my phone, the living room camera showed me walking from the kitchen to the couch. Same hoodie, same height, same everything. Except this version of me moved differently. Calm, sure of himself. He sat down, picked up the remote, and turned on the morning news exactly the way my wife likes it. Volume low, captions on. Then he looked straight into the camera and smiled. Not at the lens, at me. I watched that clip over and over until my eyes watered. The face was mine, right down to the little scar above my left eyebrow. But the eyes were wrong. Too steady, too kind. Like they'd never spent years grinding away at a job that slowly ate pieces of me. I didn't say anything to my wife. Not yet. A couple nights later, I was in the shower when my phone buzzed with a motion alert. I stood there dripping, heart pounding, and opened the app. The bedroom camera showed another me sitting on the edge of our bed, talking softly to her. She was laughing that quiet, relieved laugh I hadn't heard from her in years. The other me reached out and brushed a strand of hair from her face with a gentleness I couldn't remember the last time I'd managed. She leaned into his hand like she'd been starving for it. I heard her whisper,
God, I miss this version of you.
Something inside my chest folded in on itself. That night, I lost it. I walked through every room with every light on, yelling into the empty corners like a lunatic.
Whoever the hell you are, get out of my house!
My voice cracked halfway through. The cameras caught the whole pathetic scene in perfect detail. The next morning, while my wife made coffee downstairs, I reviewed the overnight footage. At 3:44 a.m., while the real me was snoring upstairs, the other me walked into the kitchen. He opened the drawer with the big knife we almost never use. He tested the blade against his thumb, then looked straight up at the camera and mouthed 3 silent words. She prefers me. I felt the room tilt. I started testing it. I'd leave the house, drive miles away, park somewhere random, and check the feeds. Every single time, he was there cooking dinner, folding laundry without being asked, actually listening when my wife talked about her day. Once, he even fixed the leaky faucet I'd been promising to repair for weeks. My wife started saying things like, "You've been so present lately." She'd kiss me in the morning and mean it. At night, she fell asleep curled against the side of the bed where he had been sitting. I began deleting the footage as soon as I saw it. I set the system to overwrite everything older than 12 hours. It didn't help. He kept showing up anyway, sometimes in 2 rooms at once, sometimes standing right behind me while I was watching him on the screen. Last week, I came home early on purpose. I wanted to catch him in the act. I wanted to look my own face in the eyes and make it stop. The house felt too quiet when I stepped inside. I checked every room. Nothing. Then I pulled up the live feed on my phone. There I was, sitting on the couch, reading the book my wife had been begging me to read for months. Calm, relaxed, content. I looked down at my own hands. They were shaking. I was still wearing my work shoes, still clutching my keys. When I looked back at the phone, the other me slowly lifted his head and stared straight into the camera. No smile this time. Just quiet disappointment, like a parent who'd hoped for better. Then he stood up, walked to the front door, and opened it. Behind me, I heard the real front door click open. I didn't turn around. I couldn't. Soft footsteps crossed the hardwood and stopped just behind my left shoulder. I caught the faint scent of the cologne I used to wear before I decided it cost too much. A hand, my hand, settled gently on my shoulder. The voice that came out was mine, but smoother, warmer, stripped of every rough edge life had carved into it. "It's okay," he said quietly. "You've been so tired. Let me take it from here." I felt something deep inside me give way, like a frayed thread finally snapping. From the kitchen, my wife's voice floated out, bright and happy. "Honey, you're home early. Dinner's almost ready." The hand on my shoulder gave one gentle squeeze. I opened my mouth to scream, but what came out instead was the calm, easy reply that wasn't really mine. "Smells great, love. I'll set the table." The hallway camera caught everything in sharp 4K. It showed 2 identical men standing in the foyer. One trembling, one perfectly still. Then the trembling one simply stepped aside. Not with his body. Something quieter. Something final. The calm one turned toward the camera, adjusted his hoodie, and gave the lens a small, satisfied nod. Then he walked into the kitchen to kiss his wife. I don't know where I am anymore. Sometimes I think I'm still standing in that foyer, trapped behind the glass of a screen I can never reach. Sometimes I think I'm the one in the kitchen now, laughing at her jokes, being the man she always wanted. But every night, when the house goes dark and quiet, I hear it. A drawer sliding open somewhere downstairs. Footsteps that aren't quite right. And the soft, patient sound of my own voice humming that lullaby, hitting the off-key note on the third bar, waiting for me to finally fall asleep so the switch can finish. If you're reading this, do me a favor tonight. Check your cameras. Really check them. Look at the timestamps. Look at the eyes. And if you ever see yourself doing something kinder, something calmer, something better than you ever could, don't confront it. Don't delete the footage. Just start saying your quiet goodbyes. Because one of you has already decided which version gets to keep the life. And it's never the one who's still watching. Sleep well. I'll be seeing you soon. The real you. The ones still fighting to stay. My English professor gave a speaking assignment. Now, everyone's missing. I'm not really sure what to do. I don't even know if anything's actually wrong. But I figured I'd ask for advice here before I do something stupid. I don't want to be the guy that causes a scene over nothing. I've been taking an English class at my community college. Last week, our professor gave out an assignment, and since the due date, I haven't seen my classmates or my professor. It's been 2 days, and I'm starting to think something happened to them. We started the semester as a class of around 10 students, and our professor, Mr. Clayton. Sorry, Dr. Clayton. He always made sure we knew that. Each semester, he'd hold up his framed degree like a trophy. He was probably overqualified to teach English 100. But he said he was here to shepherd us to greatness. Said we'd be like the authors whose names I can't pronounce, if we put the work in and followed his guidance. I'm from a backwater town, and I'm man enough to admit I'm not the best at English. I didn't expect the class would fix that. But Dr. Clayton was a very smart guy. I thought maybe he could help. Wound up failing out the first time. The books he assigned gave me anxiety. Tons of words crammed on a page like they're ganging up on me, laughing at me for being dumb. That's stupid, I know, but that's the way it felt. I re-enrolled for this semester. Had to. The school said it was required. Second time around was more of the same. Same books, long lectures, and me trying to keep up. I got help from some of my classmates this time. They're good people, smart, always studying something or another. Dr. Clayton liked those ones. Said they showed promise. With my classmates' help, I made it farther than last semester. Now, I was in uncharted territory. About a week ago, he handed out a vocabulary sheet. Latin roots, prefixes, bits of words. It actually made some things click. Stuff like ology, meaning the study of something. Invocatio, to call upon. After that sheet, I finally understood what the invocation at church meant. The next day, he gave us a passage. More Latin, but this time it wasn't broken down. Just a full block of text. Weird letters, too. My head hurt just looking at it. "Students," he said, "this passage comes from a very old, very important text." He leaned against the podium. "For this assignment, you will recite this passage to me individually in my office." Everyone groaned. "You have time," he said. "Practice. You will have the next 2 days to do so." I'm no quitter, but I know when I've been beat. And I knew the minute I saw it that I'd be taking his class for a third time. I didn't look at it again. Wasn't worth it. Even tried dropping the class, but the school wouldn't let me. The next 2 days were long. My classmates worked in groups, took turns reading parts out loud. They practiced, and it showed. Some of them were getting pretty good at it, I think. I mean, they sounded confident. By the end of the second day, everyone but me sounded ready. A few even cut class that day. Guess they didn't need the extra practice. Wish I was that confident. Like I said, I know when I've been beat. So I decided I wasn't going to do the presentation. When the day finally came, I stayed in the car. I knew I'd have to talk to Dr. Clayton about next semester, but I didn't want to waste everyone else's time. With about 10 minutes left in class, I decided to go talk to Dr. Clayton. His office door was closed when I got there. The classroom was empty, but I could hear someone giving their speech in his office. I waited by the door. It sounded like they practiced it 100 times. No hesitation, no stopping. Just steady, confident delivery. I didn't understand a word of it. I don't even know if they were saying it right, but it felt like they were. After a few minutes, they finished. The room went quiet, and I stepped away from the office door, waiting for someone to leave. But they didn't. I waited a little longer, but the door never opened. I finally knocked. "Come in," Dr. Clayton answered. I stepped into the office, expecting to see one of my classmates. No one was there. Just Dr. Clayton, alone at his desk. "I wasn't expecting you," he said. "Yeah," I said. Was someone in here just now?" "I am in here," he said, like it didn't matter. "Have you come to read for me?" "No," I said, lowering my head. "I can't even read the—" "Just try," he said, pushing a piece of paper across his desk. I picked it up and stared at it, then tried my best to read the thing out loud. I couldn't even make it through the first sentence. Dr. Clayton watched me struggle for a while. Then he tapped the desk. "Stop," he said sharply, pressing his hands to his eyes. "You are not ready." "I know. I tried to tell—" "It doesn't matter," he interrupted, head still in his hands. "My class rewards dedication." I lowered my head. He looked up at me. "You showed such promise this time. Perhaps I was wrong. That will be all." I stood there for a moment before turning to leave. "See you next semester, Dr. Clayton." I left his office, but that last part bothered me. I'm no quitter, and I still had the paper. I'd show him on Monday that I could read it. And I tried over the weekend. I don't know how close I was, but it sounded right in my head. When Monday came around, I was as ready as I was going to be. I decided to come in early to try and catch Dr. Clayton before everyone else. But he never showed. No one showed. I waited an hour, practiced a little more, but no one came. Next day, same thing. I'm here again, waiting for someone to show up. The school says the class is still active. I asked. But I don't know what I should do next. Let me know what you think. I'm going to keep practicing in the meantime.